We landed in Loja. Paul asked us, do you guys need a couple of days to decompress and relax and, get reoriented? And we said, no, man, we're here to work. We're here on a mission. We're here to help you and to serve the people of Sankuru. And he took us at our word. we have been working nonstop. It's been a go kind of trip. When we left Loja, it was a long 125 kilometer, like 8-hour day. Made it to a little village where we slept and got recharged, visited the hospital the next morning, came over here to Lomelo. And what people don't realize is, okay, so you ride all day, just like everybody else does, and then you jump off. And on a normal motorcycle trip, like back in the States, you would then take that time to set up your camp and sit in your little camp chair and roast some wieners over the fire and sit around and shoot the breeze. We don't do that. We ride all day, and then we get to our destination, and then he's got to go see patients, and he's got to go talk to the village chief, and he's got to get approval for this, and he's got to get, show respect to the local governor or the local mayor, and talk to the different people. Everybody wants to talk to him because, he's like the only pediatrician in the entire Sankuru. So out of respect, he has to, accept everybody's invitation to go and meet with them. And we have to film it. So we pull our bikes over and grab our stuff, and it's go all day long filming. And, you crash pretty hard at the end of the night. But it's been super, super rewarding.
The last morning in Lomelo. I woke up to God's alarm clock. Some people call it a rooster. I call it annoying. But everybody gets up at morning and goes to bed at night, which is probably the better way to do it. I'm finding a bunch of little things that I didn't know before. Like, when you shake hands, it's respectful to touch your own arm. Or, we have big noses. Or, when people visit the United States from here, they encounter the same kind of unique encounterances that we didn't even know existed, like escalators. Or, I'm noticing right now that all of our guides and drivers, they're wearing jackets, and it's like 80 degrees. And I'm sitting here sweating like crazy. Turns out, Dr. Paul told me that at one point he had about 60 workers that were supposed to show up for some project, and it was 63 degrees that morning and nobody showed up because it was too cold. Another example is that our lady visited the United States from here, and for the very first time she saw her own breath in the cold. She thought she had a disease and was very embarrassed. This is interesting because what do they say? The only way to know the world is to travel. The only way to know people is to travel. Boy, I'm learning the details like crazy in fast fashion. So, we're going to down this coffee. 80 kilometers to
110 kilometers to Ikumakuku.
110 kilometers.
The next day is like
so
75, 80.
I'll drink this a little slower now that you just boosted it by 25 kilometers.
The further away, the faster we gotta get going, right?
Fair enough.
You want your coffee to kick in real quick.
Good morning.
This morning we are taking off, getting our next leg under our belt here, heading to the next village. And I wanted to share just a couple of observations. It's been amazing for me to be back in the Congo, back in the DRC. I kind of felt at home once I got out of Kinshasa and got back up country here. Things sort of slowed down pace-wise, and I really enjoyed the energy and the excitement in the kids' faces and so on. But there have been a couple of funny cultural differences I forgot about. One of them being time doesn't matter. We often have this saying TIA, right? This is Africa. So Paul said last night we want to try and get off by 8. So we were up at 7 and hardly anybody was here. Nothing was ready. They had to go boil the water for our tea and coffee. They had to do this, that. It's almost 10 o'clock, and I think we're going to make it out of here by 10. But about a half hour ago, Paul said, we're about ready to go. And so I said, okay, well, I'm going to go get the cameras all set up for our departing shot. And I came up front and set everything up, and nothing happened. And I went back to the back, and somebody had brought plantains and put them on a table. So everybody was sitting there eating plantains, and it's just like there's no schedule, so you just kind of roll with it. I'll tell you one other one that I've remembered since coming back is that they aren't very precise with mechanics. There's been issues with my motorcycle. The chain keeps going slack. And I noticed right away, it's a fairly new motorcycle, but I noticed right away that one of the rear flanges on the axle was put in backwards. It's reversed. And I think it's allowing the chain to slowly loosen over time because I keep having a problem with my chain being loose. And I'm like, okay, guys, I think this is backwards. This needs to be flipped around. You can tell it's backwards. You can look at the other side and see the way it's correctly put on. But on the left side, it's backwards. And they just go, oh, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. There's no precise measurements. It's just sort of, slap it together with chewing gum and keep rolling. But anyway, just some cultural differences that I'd forgotten about and am relearning now that I'm here. But it's just been fascinating. It's been amazing to be back here in the Congo, and I've felt my blood pressure drop over the last few days. I've just really enjoyed being around the camaraderie and how close and personal people are, and how the lack of internet has forced me to just relax and enjoy being around the company of the riders that I'm with and the chauffeurs that are on this trip with us. Just the nicest guys, and the whole trip has just been fantastic.
My granddad, Burley Law, came out here in 1950, was at Wembanyama for a while, finished the hospital, which is his first task. After that, they sent him here to Lomela to open up a Methodist mission station. And so he came here. The first house he built was made out of aluminum. I think somebody wrote a book once, when giving birth. So it's delicate. People are in great need. What do? You pay for kids' hospitalizations. Is that creating an economy that is false and unsustainable? Or just let kids die? I'm not worried about it. Well, I imagine I'm going to put you
From my recollection of church services in Africa, here's a little tip, by the way, or a little preview of what we had yesterday. The music is unbelievable. It's like you go to church and it's a party, a concert breaks out. But the biggest part of the service is offering. They have turned that into a thing. So the women will put their offering into this basket. The men will put their offering in this basket. The children will put their offering in this basket. And there'll be music and clapping, and everybody will be lined up in the aisles to put in their offering, no matter how much it is, big or small. And then at the end, the music will continue, but the pastors will start pulling the money out and count it. And they'll count it. And if the women gave more than the men will get back up and start singing some more and bring more money up. And it's just kind of a thing to make it a little competition. But anyway, that's just a thing with church services. It's a lot of fun.